Hey there. Welcome to the very first episode of Africa Recap. I am Omar, and I'm so excited to have you join us today on this brand new journey. If you're passionate about staying informed and understanding the real stories shaping Africa, you're in the right place. In this channel, we're going to give you daily recaps of the biggest and most important news from across the African continent, real stories that matter to you. Whether it's politics, business, society, or culture, we're here to break it all down in a simple, clear, and engaging way. But we're not just here to give you the headlines. We want you to understand the bigger picture behind the news. What does it mean for you, for me, and for Africa as a whole? That's the value we bring. So, if you're someone who wants to stay connected, informed, and empowered with knowledge about the continent's pulse, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us for our journey. Each day, we'll dive deep into the stories that matter the most, helping you stay ahead of the curve. And don't forget to click on that bell icon so you'll never miss an update. Let's get started with today's first recap. Today is Sunday, April 20th, 2025, and we've got an important roundup of stories from Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Sudan, Malawi, Egypt, and Uganda. So let's dive right in and break down what happened yesterday, Saturday, April 19th, 2025. Our first story takes us to Nigeria, where the violence in Plateau State has once again shocked the nation. 56 people were killed in a horrific attack by gunmen. This attack adds to the growing number of fatalities from the ongoing herder-farmer clashes that have plagued central Nigeria. Now, the tension between herders and farmers is nothing new in Nigeria. These groups are often competing for the same land and resources, which leads to deadly confrontations. But this attack is significant because it's a reminder that security concerns in the country are still at a breaking point. The Nigerian government is facing serious challenges in ensuring the safety of its citizens, and critics argue that much more needs to be done to stop these attacks. Next, we head to Kenya, where protests erupted in Nairobi over the government's new significant economic presence, ICP tax. This is a 3% levy on income generated by non-resident digital businesses, and it's already stirring up quite a storm. Small business owners, content creators, and digital entrepreneurs are worried that this new tax will stifle innovation and discourage foreign investment in Kenya's tech sector. While the government argues that this tax is necessary to level the playing field, the protests reflect a growing frustration among those who feel this policy could hurt the very industry that has been driving Kenya's economic growth. Now, let's move to South Africa, where there's some good news for residents who have been dealing with load shedding for months. On April 19th, Eskom, the state-owned electricity supplier, announced that it was suspending load shedding for the time being due to improved energy generation. This marks a temporary win after a long period of power outages that have negatively affected businesses, education, and daily life. But while it's a positive development, experts caution that this is just a short-term fix. Eskom still faces major challenges, and many question whether this stability can last without a deeper overhaul of the country's energy infrastructure. Moving on to Sudan, things are getting increasingly dire in the Darfur region. Survivors from the Zamzam displacement camp shared disturbing reports of killings and arson attacks by the Rapid Support Forces, RSF. This horrific attack has led to numerous deaths, and the UN reports that over 400,000 people have been displaced from the area. The violence in Darfur is nothing new, but it's escalating at a rapid pace. The RSF, a paramilitary group, has been accused of committing human rights abuses and exacerbating the humanitarian crisis in the region. Despite international calls for intervention, Sudan's internal conflicts continue to worsen. Back in Malawi, the country is grappling with a cholera outbreak that has claimed over 200 lives so far this year. Health authorities are working hard to contain the spread, but access to clean water and sanitation remains a major challenge in many parts of the country. Cholera outbreaks are not uncommon in regions with poor sanitation, and Malawi's government is under pressure to improve infrastructure to prevent future outbreaks. The ongoing battle against cholera highlights the urgent need for better public health systems in much of Africa. Finally, in Egypt, the government has announced a series of economic reforms aimed at stabilizing the country's currency and tackling inflation. The central bank has raised interest rates, and the government is focusing on investments in renewable energy and infrastructure. While these reforms are necessary to address the country's economic challenges, Some experts are concerned about the long-term effects. Egypt's economy has been under strain for years, partly due to the COVID-19 pandemic and global energy price fluctuations. These measures are a step in the right direction, but the real question is, can Egypt manage to turn things around? And that's a wrap on today's Africa Recap. We've covered some heavy stories today, from violence in Nigeria to economic challenges in Egypt. As always, Africa's issues are complex, but staying informed is key. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with daily African news. We're here to keep you informed, and we'll be back with more tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and take care.